Let's make sense of MS. Hi everyone, it's Rod from the Chemist Register here. We just thought we'd give you an update about all of our work around COVID-19 that we've been doing since March last year. This will give you an update on the papers that we've published as a consequence, the number of people that have responded to us, and what we've just generally found out. And more importantly, to thank you for everything that you've done in providing us with this data. And we just want to tell you as much about what's been happening with it now. Hope you enjoy. We thought we'd talk you through the timeline from the launch of the COVID questionnaires to our most up-to-date information. Starting on the 17th of March, we launched our initial baseline COVID questionnaire. This was a comprehensive attempt to capture everything that we knew about COVID at that point. On the 27th of March, we launched our clinical questionnaire, and then a little bit later, on the 5th of April, we launched all of our follow-up questionnaires, looking to confirm COVID for those people that indicated they had it, and for people to continue to confirm that they didn't have COVID in the other parts of the questionnaire. If we look at numbers of unique responses to the questionnaires, 8,334 people answered the baseline, 5,664 confirmed that they didn't have COVID, and 680 people confirmed that they did have COVID. These are unique responses to the initial questionnaires. We didn't stop there, of course. We asked people to come back and give us more data about what was happening as the pandemic continued over the months that followed. 1,720 people came back and gave us an update on the baseline questionnaire. We then stopped asking that questionnaire for those people and prompted them to answer the no COVID or confirmed COVID questionnaires. A further 17,480 responses were made to the no COVID questionnaire, confirming that they didn't have COVID, and 394 responses were given to the confirmed COVID questionnaire, updating as to what was happening with their condition over this time. As the pandemic continued, we continued to launch additional questionnaires. On the 22nd of May, we launched 6 new questionnaires, primarily related to mood and people's reactions to the pandemic. We continued to repeat the existing questionnaires, which I've already updated you on the numbers on, and then we went on to launch vaccine and COVID questionnaire specific instruments. Over this time, we also started to publish some papers, thanks to the stellar work of the team in Nottingham that we were collaborating with. I'm going to hand over to Dr. Garjani to give you more information.
Hello, my name is Afaq Garjani. I'm a clinical research fellow at University of Nottingham, and I've been working with a team of researchers to understand the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on people with MS. I'm going to share with you some of our findings that have been peer-reviewed. That means they have been evaluated by others who work in the same field and have been published in different journals. In the first paper, we show that people with MS have the same chance of getting COVID-19 as people who do not have MS. And some MS-specific factors, like physical disability or taking disease-modifying drugs, do not affect this risk. In the second paper, we found that levels of anxiety and depression among people with MS had not changed during the COVID-19 pandemic compared to before. However, people with MS still had higher levels of anxiety and depression compared to people who did not have MS. These findings belong to the first few months of the first lockdown. We are hoping to update the results and see if they remain the same or change throughout the pandemic. In the third paper, we show that 57% of people who had COVID-19 experienced worsening of their old MS symptoms or developed new symptoms during the infection. This is not unexpected, as we know that any type of infection can cause worsening of MS symptoms or cause new MS symptoms. However, we conclude that it is important for people with MS to get vaccinated against COVID-19 to prevent the infection and therefore prevent any potential worsening of their MS.
Hi, I'm going to tell you about the COVID-19 vaccine questionnaire. With the imminent arrival of the COVID vaccine in December, we launched a questionnaire which asked our participants whether they were planning to take the vaccine or not. We found that 90% of people were planning on taking the vaccine, 6% weren't sure, and 5% said they were unlikely to. We've made another video about this questionnaire and the results, and you can find that on our YouTube channel. Once the vaccines were available, we asked our participants to come back and record their first and second doses and which vaccine they had, and what, if any, side effects they experienced. This work is still ongoing, so if you haven't gone in and recorded which vaccine you've had in your first and second doses, please do go back and log in and do that. As you can see, more people had the AstraZeneca vaccine than the Pfizer one. We again had over 4,000 responses to these questionnaires, and of them, only 1,700 people told us that they experienced a side effect. Some of the most reported side effects that these people told us they had were fatigue, headache and pain. So please, once again, if you haven't let us know already about your vaccine, log on and do it now.
Just want to say thank you once again for taking part in all of our COVID questionnaire responses. 53% of the responses we received were distinct, individual answers to our questionnaires, and 47% of people came back to tell us something new about what was going on with their COVID and their MS. Small drum roll for the final number: 63,894 individual responses to all of our COVID questionnaires. So a massive pat on the back to all of you that took part in the studies. We hope you can see that the direct contribution you have made to MS research and COVID research has been a massive effort. And thanks once again from all of us at the UKMS Register team and for our collaborators in Nottingham. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't forget to join at ukmsregister.org, follow us on Twitter at UKMS Register, or subscribe to our YouTube channel.